Up away at American 2342. That be Park 1 left over, take off American 2342.
Well, hello everyone. Sorry we're a little late tonight. We've run into some technical difficulties. So I'm trying to get everything all together here for you, so hang on there. We're coming to you, well, I guess I'll get this out of the way since I don't seem to be able to access anything. And does that work? Yes, we're coming to you live from Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, the friendly confines of DFW Founders Plaza. And they're typically, recently, not so friendly at night because of sprinklers, so we've concocted something that can try to help us through that, but I don't know what's happened to our software here. Well, I guess what we'll do is we'll just watch some planes and we'll see what happens. As I said, we've had some rather bad luck when it comes to sprinklers here at night at Founders Plaza, so we've come up with a way to get us around that. And I was gonna jazz this up a lot, but I don't think I can. But anyway, here it is. This is it. This is our sprinkler avoidance mobile unit, our SAMU. So SAMU is here so that we can quickly move locations once the sprinklers start over here, and we'll go somewhere else where there's no sprinklers. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm hoping it will. If it doesn't, we're going to get a little wet. We've got a lot of planes lined up to take off right about now. The first of which will be either American Flight 595 to Madison, Wisconsin, or American Flight 2806 to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And that plane you see there is going in the other direction. That's one of the planes that's lined up to go out. So I want to welcome all of you. I am a little puzzled about our software tonight. Everything is on two different screens, and I don't know what to do about that.
American 595 need to return to gate Delta 2.
But that's my problem.
Thanks, sir.
Oh, I hear sprinklers, and they're right here. So goodbye. Hang on, we're gonna pop. They're going in a different direction tonight. All right. Okay. Please stand by. We should have a signal, but I don't know.
Plus 20 left turn on Echo southbound American 595. Left, left, left. I left over takeoff 1371, on have to be parked. Line up 1 left, American 2628. Departure American 2006. Hey, firm. Go Whiskey Lima, hold short 18 left, American 595. B park clear for takeoff 18 left, American 2628. 2697, discovered at 18 left on the boy. Line up away 20 left, American 2697. 1371, got departure. Push departure 1371, good night. Tower American 595 looks like spot 137 now. 595 at Golf 8, hold short of runway 18 left. Golf 8, short of 18 left, American 595. 2697, RNAS to Lair, runway 18 left, clear to takeoff. Lair, 18 left, clear to takeoff, American 2697. 1345, DFW, runway 18 left on the voice, crossing traffic. Wait, 18 left, American 1325. 2628, connect departure. 2628, getting. Hey, American 2697. Take up 18 left on FB Park, American 1325. Left, go with 3278.
Okay, thank you. Technology needs a little.
Hard out left, clear takeoff 18 left, no risk, 3278.
Hard on 18 left, go in 4930.
This channel is Runway DFW. Oh, is it? Okay.
Departure American 1325, good night.
Just take off 18 left, RNAV, Park, go in 4930.
1 up 20, 18 left American 1797. Over departure, sky with 3278.
Whiskey Foxtrot, hold across 18 right, hold short 18 left, GPS 7678. Roger.
Departure, sky 4930. Good day. RNAV to B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1597. RNAV to land, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1775. Adios.
departure American 1775.
Well,
Alright, spare, clip stick up 1 left,
hello everyone. Do you hear me? Now, okay. Hello everyone. Looks like we're just in time to see an MD-11. All right, I do have to say, that did not go as well as I had hoped as far as transferring from one place to the other. You see the sprinklers going off over there on the other side. And our SAMU did get us out of the way. We didn't get wet at all. But I thought it would be a little more a little smoother trip. But this was the first generation, so we'll keep at it. Now let's see if I can get back to figuring out where everything is and who's doing what. Over on the other side of the field, we have American Flight 78 going to London Heathrow. It's a 777, but we can't see that from here. And there appears to be not a lot going on right now. So let me get my camera, my main camera, a little untilted here. So anyway, yeah, this was an experiment to see if we could move around quickly. And I guess the delay wasn't as much as what we typically have been contending with, but I'm still working to get our tripod in balance here. All right, well, we came to see freight tonight, and we shall see some before we close up shop. So I apologize for not even looking at your comments until now. We've got a moment or two, so let's go through here. Robbie Batista says, hello everybody. Megan, hello, welcome to Dallas. Bill Platt says, that went about as well as it could have. We got a wagon ride and everything. And Brad737 says, definitely saved the equipment. Our pal Chuck Tolsma says, it worked. Walt. Steven Solito says, by 10:30 we will see takeoffs, and we will indeed. And Kevin of Airline Videos Live, who will be here, right here next week, says, I think that went well, Walt. Well, that's the first try. I think I'll get better at it. I wasn't expecting, I think they retimed the sprinklers. Well, the thing is, I didn't see them go off over on this side, which was my warning signal to know that I needed to get ready to go, so. Okay. So anyway, Kevin and Rudy will be here next week, starting on Tuesday, I believe. I received some extra power in the mail from Kevin today, so that he'll have plenty of battery power to bring the greatness of Airline Videos Live here to DFW Airport starting next week. Allison N says, Runway DFW on the wagon. Space Needle says, hello, Walt. Adam Serena says, thanks for tonight's stream, Walt. Good luck staying dry. And here's something that I missed from earlier. It's Jay with a $10 super chat. Says, also, awesome, Walt. Sprinkler avoidance mobile unit did its job. I think it was a success. Well, we'll give it another try, Samu. So, I'm afraid I can't get to all of your notes here. Oh, well, there's another super chat from another one I missed from Jay, who says, commencing $5 super chat, commencing anti-sprinkler system in 54321. And for some reason, that's not showing up. I think my software now is melting down. Isn't that nice? See if we can bring you a plane before everything just melts right down. What have we there? It looks like, is that Frontier? Yes, Frontier. A little too late on that to get the tail for you. I do have a 747 to favor you with, if I can get it to play back on my screen here. So let's see if we can do that. That camera is way far. Now you see the sprinklers there. That's on top of my car, but that is all the way around the horseshoe here. Gee, I hope my camera's not getting wet. Well, you never know. Okay, so it looks like I'm not going to be able to play back what I thought I could play back for you all. So you just have to take my word for it. UPS 747 took off and went probably to Louisville. I wasn't able to pay attention at that time. Still trying to get my tripod balanced here, so bear with me on that. You can hear it's a little windy tonight, but it's a very pleasant night. No complaints about the temperature. because it is 73 degrees here at our broadcast position. Randy says, Walt's a great guy. Send him positive energy. He just wants to stream. Let's help him. Thank you, Randy. Listen, this is kind of experimental because I'd never done. Maybe I should call this wagon train or something instead of giving it an acronym. Sprinkler Avoidance Mobile Unit, SAMU. You know, I even had a graphic for that. Where'd I put that? Oh, there it is. There you go, SAMU. There it is. And of course, the graphic is right over the SAMU, so this wasn't very well thought out, was it? Well, let's see if we got anything lit up. Oh, now my flight radar has gone completely dead. There's nothing on the screen. Anybody else out there got flight radar going and not seeing anything? Boy, those sprinklers are still going on over there, aren't they? Flop down a little bit. There is the East Tower of DFW Airport, and that red building over there on the right is the tallest building in downtown Dallas, the Bank of America Tower. Usually lit up in green. Tonight it's in red for some reason. Oh, my flight radar is back. Okay, so we've got an MD-11 lit up right next to us. It's Flight 753 off to RFD Airport in the Chicagoland area. And meanwhile, we've got a Turkish Airlines plane, and you see it there. It's a 787-9. It's going back to Istanbul. It's Flight 192. Can't tell you yet whether this one will be jetting off from the west side of the airport where we are, or if it's going to go over to the east side. I typically, if I had to lay a bet on it, I would say they're going to send that over to the east side for takeoff back to Istanbul, but it has been known to lift off from runway 18 left over here, so let's just see what happens. I'm still kind of catching my breath from our little wagon adventure here. So what's going to happen if this continues to go straight? We'll see it take off from over here. If it makes a right-hand turn in a second or two, it's going to go over the bridge over to the east side of DFW for takeoff on runway 17 right. And you may be able to hear revving up in the background the MD-11, which is getting ready to roll. By gum, I think we're going to be lucky enough to see this one take off tonight. Right in front of us. hope you all are doing well. Glad you could hang out with us here. Finally giving you a little something to watch. Aside from scrambling. Nothing in front of us, in front of this plane, to impede its forward progress, so we should get to see it take off here in a second or two. And then we'll flip over to our MD-11. There was MD-11 in the news this week. Both the FedEx and UPS, which are two major, probably the last two major operators of the aircraft here in the US anyway, they're both saying MD-11's not long for the world as far as they're both concerned. They're going to be phasing them out. So once again, that's Turkish Flight 192 off to Istanbul on runway DFW. Now, let us shift our focus. And just in time, look at it go. So anyway, again, both UPS and FedEx say wind is getting to our mic. So they'll be phasing out MD-11s in favor of more modern aircraft. I think it was last year that FedEx ended its run of, they still had some MD-10s.
Last place, UPS, that was pretty heavy. There's one right, we can bust on wholesale, one in left, UPS, that was pretty heavy.
Those are the version of this aircraft without the winglets, as I'm led to believe. So this one's going to Chicago, not to O'Hare, but to RFD, not to Midway either. And so we'll see if we get another chance to see it take off here on the west side. An odd bird, this MD-11, as far as its design goes, as far as I'm concerned, but still, I will definitely miss it when we no longer get to see this. And the day will come, and I guess we'll have these memories here on YouTube that we can go back and look at this old bird.
We need a minute on the runway. Is that okay? UPS 750 heavy. Line left, line up on way. UPS 750 heavy.
So I believe this plane has the line up and wait signal, so we'll get to see it take off over here. Goody. Gleaming in the available light. You have to wonder what's going to happen to the, I mean, if they'll all go to the desert and get cut up, or as far as when their usefulness has worn off for UPS and FedEx, or whether some third world country will take on these planes and give them some more use. We don't know. A 767 is backing up now. This is UPS flight 763. It's off to the World Port in Louisville. So that gives me a chance to go back and look at our messages here. Space Needle, referencing that MD-11 rocket takeoff. Our moderator, A-list flyer Chris, was going through some pics from 2006 at the old Founders. Yeah, and there wasn't a Founders Plaza before this one on the other side of the airport. And he says ATA L1011, 737-800, and tons of American Airlines MD-80s. Well, I remember those. I've been on a few of those myself. Super 80 Swiss Air says, I'll always associate DFW with the polished DC-10s of American Airlines. Yeah, those were pretty cool looking aircraft. I mean, I liked that polished aluminum look that American had. Much more so than what their current livery is. But hey, that's just me. Don't have anything lined up to come in on this side, so we'll just kind of hang out with this aircraft for a bit. Gregory Bloom says, good evening from Queens, New York. Well, Gregory, I'm a Brooklyn boy myself, so. A-Bomb says, evening all, looks like a nice night in the Metroplex. It is. And Epic Toastman says, your icons aren't on the screen, Walt. Well, that is true. We've been, you know why? Because I need to hit this. There we go. Thank you, Epic Toastman. I know you sent that message a while ago. But now you have our local time. You can see where we're broadcasting from. Adam Serena says, Runway DFW, Walt, have you and Mrs. Runway DFW discussed if you will purchase an MDA for a static display in your back paddock at home? Something for the horses to enjoy. I don't think I'll bring that one up. Hey, he's giving us a flash. He or she, whoever the pilot might be. Here it is behind us. Enjoy the fine wine of engines. Jay, if you're still watching, no, I have, as you can tell, I haven't gotten that accessory that you recommended to me, but it's still on my Amazon list. Jay recommended to me an accessory that attaches to a zoom lens, or any lens, I guess, to give you more a smoother ability to focus or zoom, I guess. In this case, zoom. Unlike our camcorders, XYZ is our newest subscriber, although XYZ. Unlike our camcorders that we use for daytime broadcast, this is a manually zoomed lens, so it's a little jerky sometimes. ACDude 92 or ACC Dude 92. I would like to thank you very much for a $2 super chat. That helps keeps the batteries charged and the lights turned on here at Runway DFW. But most of all, the cellular bills paid. Crystal Robinette is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Crystal. And I think we're turning and burning here on the way back to Louisville. Bradley Smith, a $10 super chat. Walt, me and my son appreciate your live streams from DFW. And it looks like the rest of your message was cut off. I'll try to get to that in a moment or two. Marco Hinton, thank you for a $4 super chat. Houston gets Lufthansa's 747 8 Intercontinental back on Sunday. Jealous. And ACC Dude 92 with another $2 super chat asking, what is your schedule? And my schedule is not set in stone, as we thank Dave Billington for a 10-pound super chat. Here's $10, about $14. Buy a bucket, and let me see the rest of that here. Buy a bucket, and you could cover the sprinklers, then take it off when you go home. Well, the problem, Dave, is that there are a number of sprinklers here. Like right in front of this position where we are here, there's probably at least 3 or 4 that could get to us. Plus, I did try to impede the sprinklers' progress on an earlier occasion, and they are very powerful, these sprinklers. I think they could just rocket a bucket off into runway 18 right, so I am not sure that that would be a good or a workable idea, unfortunately. Plus, it might make the airport mad at me, and I don't want the airport to get mad at me because I gotta be here. So thank you all for your kind contributions to Runway DFW. So anyway, so what's my schedule? The schedule is not, usually I'm here one night or one morning during the week, and usually one weekend day. So that's not much of a schedule, but it kind of puts you in the ballpark. I haven't looked at what we've got coming up this weekend. I know is this the final weekend? This may be the final weekend we get to see the Lufthansa A340 here from Frankfurt. Alfred Dude, new subscriber, thank you. Oh, we'll get back to Bradley Smith here. Somebody just subscribed. Bradley said, me and my son appreciate your live streams for DFW on our favorite airports and locations there in the plaza. Please keep sharing. Bradley and Mason Smith of Chattanooga, Tennessee. As you can see from this position, it's not quite as convenient as having a taller table. I may try to have to find a way to raise this up a little bit. Look what we have here. A $5 super chat from our pal Bill Platt, who says the world's first 3D printed rocket relativity space is about to launch. Incredible! Cindy says, love the wind sounds, almost like being at the beach. Well, the problem is today the wind is blowing at us instead of behind us, so when I can't turn my head and block it. I do have a wind cover on my microphone, but sometimes it does better than other times. Jay is here with another $5 super chat. I believe Lufthansa starts a 787 service this Sunday to DFW. It's scheduled to arrive at 1:40 p.m. So I may have already missed the well, there'll probably be at least one more A340 before then, but I don't know if I've got to work. I've got a regular job in the daytime, so probably won't get to see it. Beaker and Honeydew, who's right here somewhere nearby, says, with a $10 super chat, great job in dodging sprinklers tonight. Video is fantastic tonight in the crazy wind. Thank you, Beaker and Honeydew, sitting right over here. James Henry says, hello y'all from way out in the country in Kentucky. I love night ops. We should give you something to look at here, shouldn't we? In lieu of there being anything to look at. We do have another 767. It's headed our direction. as we thank Emre Yurtas for a $2 super chat. Hey Walt, Iberia about to take off in 35 minutes. Well, if everything holds up here, we'll bring you that. What you're looking at here is DHL. This is operated by Amerijet International, so it's flight 102. It doesn't list a destination on flight radar, but typically this goes to Cincinnati. It's a 767. Oh, wow, this wind is not doing us any good. This, I don't know if we'll get to see it, has the #1 best workplace sticker on it. So if you've been jonesing to see the #1 best workplace sticker, hang on, it's about to, we're about to see it. #1 best workplace. Ta-da! So you don't see that every day. Hey, how about a 757 landing? That was UPS flight 783 coming in from San Antonio, Texas. I was trying to see if there's anything I could do to negate that wind noise with my mixer, but I couldn't figure it out, or whatever I did didn't seem to work. Now this plane may be going over to the east side of the airport. But I see somebody describing this livery. I think it was on Kevin's stream on Airline Videos Live. I guess it's maybe a common name for it, mustard and ketchup. Kind of fits. Oh, it's turning. It's going to take off here. Okay, good. Well, once again, we don't have an official destination for this plane. It's taking off from the short T here. But I believe pretty much I've only seen DHL flights travel between here and Cincinnati.
Departure, good night, America 1.
I turned off my microphone because it didn't seem to be. I'm trying to cover it up a little bit more, see if that works to help cut the wind noise. It sounds like we have another plane coming in. I think this is the 757 we saw landing from San Antonio a few minutes ago.
1996.
So the Jingle Singers managed to survive their ride in Samu. And the cavalcade of big jets continues. We've got, what is this? We will be seeing shortly UPS flight, well, I can't read the flight number. It's an A300. And it is arriving to us from Orlando, Florida. I'll be here momentarily. That's our remote camera. That camera is about it's a good 50 yards away from us. We're receiving it through wireless communication technology. So anyway, we're about to see an A300 of the UPS variety. What do we got here? Epic Toast Man with a vacation report saying, I saw a report about a guy that got bitten by a shark on the beach I was at a lot in Hawaii. You know, that happened to Mrs. Runway DFW and I several years ago went to Maui. And yeah, subsequent to that, we've seen a lot of reports of, or at least several, at least one every year, of somebody being attacked by a shark on some of the beaches we were at. Kind of scary. I'm glad you got back in one piece, ETM. And I'd like to acknowledge Wellington Flights Live, who is in our chat. I didn't get, if he sent a message directly, I didn't see it. I'm sorry, but check out his channel. He's got some great stuff. I mean, that's such a cool thing about these airport channels, is you get to see things that, you know, I don't know if I'll ever get to New Zealand, but I feel like I've been there in a way, having watched the streams from Wellington Flights Live and over in Australia from the channel in Sydney. Why am I blanking out on that channel? The name of it. But anyway, you can, I mean, it's gotten to the point now where you can pretty much go 24 hours a day watching airport channels from different parts of the world. And so we're one of them, I guess, right? What's the time? 10:36. Sid Squad, says Chuck Dolzman. Yeah, why couldn't I think of that? I don't know why. It's such a great name. Sid Squad. Crystal Robinette says there's nothing on TV these days, so I watch live cams. Some of my favorite is VRF because I am from a train town, Ashland, Virginia. So such a nice community we have here. We have great mods who keep the peace, but I don't, you know, our viewers don't tend to be very rowdy. I don't suspicion. And if you just joined us, this again is that A300 we saw come in just a bit ago from Orlando, Florida. Plane dates back to the year 2001. So if you're waiting for a jingle, you're not going to have one because it's too new for our jingle singers. A pretty relentless wind, I must say. Okay, let us turn our attention now to Qantas Flight 8. Shall we see it? There it comes. Speaking of Sid Squad, this one's going back to Sydney. It's a 787-9. Did any of you see I think it was, I can't remember where I saw it. It was on Twitter or something. It was a passenger on a Qantas plane, I think it was a Dreamliner, who posted a picture looking out the window, and on the wing, you know where it says no step? Well, there were like greasy boot prints all over the wing, plus an assortment of what looks like gaffer's tape on the wing, which I think the official name for what they use on airplanes is speed tape, I believe. But anyway, it looked like a real mess. And I would have to say, if I was confronted with that on the wing of a plane that I was about to fly transoceanic, I guess I'd be a little concerned. I don't know, any of you see that? This is one of two Qantas destinations from here. Qantas, of course, at one time flew its A380s into Dallas, Fort Worth. That ended with the pandemic, and when Qantas came back, it was with Dreamliners. And since then, I think it was December 1st, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember right, that Qantas fired up its Melbourne service. Now Sydney, I believe, is daily. Melbourne is, I think, thrice a week. And that's also a 787. You'll see going over there is an American Airlines A321neo coming in from Phoenix, Arizona. But we'll stay with the Kangaroo. About to hop across the big pond, back to home base. As you would expect, a plane that's going to have a very long flight uses up a lot of the runway. Dreamin' in 787 says, "I'm off for the night. Good night, God bless, and happy spotting." Thanks for hanging in there with us for a bit. And Jay says a national 747-8 is third for arrival. Well, that's great. We get to have some more super jumbo action for you tonight. The next flight we will get to see here is another UPS flight. This is another 757. We do have a cavalcade of 757s here, I must say, here late at night. This one's coming in from Tampa in Florida. Our next arrival on runway DFW. wondering, we were not here for the takeoff of the British Airways A380 back to London. That's the only A380 we have here in these here parts. But we do have for you coming up right now this 747 coming in from Anchorage. Did I say national? This is Nippon Cargo Airways or Airlines. And it's about to come into your view, so stand by. Thank you for that heads up, Jay. There's the latest 757 in the foreground there. Igor Lugosi is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Igor. We have another international cargo flight to bring you. Not cargo, passenger. American Flight 35 going to Auckland, New Zealand. It's a 7879. So it's not quite going to Wellington, but it's going to New Zealand. Emery Urchis with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Emery, for that notification that we've got Iberia on the docket. Iberia going back to Madrid on a A330-200. Now the Madrid flight often goes over to the east side, but I guess we'll see. Greg says, hey everyone, great way to end a long day. Spotting with Walt. Well, it wouldn't be the same without you and everybody else here. John Dolan for being our new subscriber. As we watch that big bird blast off for the southern hemisphere.
We'll call departure. You have a good night. American 35 Heavy.
Just saying fairly well to Beaker and Honeydew, which is just one person, but that's the screen name that he chooses. And Cheese in Wisco says Qatar Cargo 8131 from Atlanta, 85 minutes out. I don't know if I'll be here for 85 minutes or not. Let's see. I'll be probably here for about another hour, maybe a little more. So we may not get to that Qatar cargo plane, unfortunately. Erroneous 31. New subscriber. Thank you, Erroneous 31. Tyler Morrow says that wagon wheel segment was cracking me up. Are you casting aspersions on... Pull it up here. Now see, I've got to pull this up and then get out of the way. Blast this. Okay, where is this here? Okay. So yes, what he's talking about is SAMU. Here's our SAMU. Of course, you can't see it now that I put the super over it. So let me take the super out. It's our sprinkler avoidance mobile unit. And so now you get to see it. Here it is in all of its glory. We used it to trundle all of our equipment from the other side of Founders Plaza when the sprinklers fired up, so we could come over here where the sprinklers had already fired up. So that was where we were over there. Now we're over here. Well, that's that. Let's go over and see if we can pick up this Frontier plane as it takes off. A winged creature of some sort there on the tail.
Departure for 2 flight 2705.
Our friend Jay says you're about 110 subscribers away from 10,000. If you have hit the subscribe button and you're enjoying this content, please hit that red button. That'd be nice. I mean, you know, if you like this, it helps us out. I think YouTube likes to see its content appreciated, and so if when you subscribe, what it does is it tells YouTube, yeah, this is stuff that a lot of people like, and we're going to show it to even more people to let them sample it. So helps us out, and so thanks if you decide to subscribe. Even a like. It helps us and helps us grow, and we've grown a lot since we started up here in the final days of 2021. I was thinking the other day, we're now in our second spring of broadcasting here. So we started in the winter of 2021, and so we've now been through 2 winters. We've been through, and now we're starting our second spring. Well, I told you earlier that we have 757s aplenty. That is not one of them. You see Qatar flight 732 headed back to Doha. That's a 777. And again, that is a plane that often gets redirected over to the east side, but we'll see. See what happens. Hey there, Bill Platt. He's got a suggestion for us and a very nice $5 super chat. Use some PVC pipe and clear plastic to build a shelter on top of it to broadcast in the rain. Call it RAMU, Rain Avoidance Mobility Unit. I don't know. I'm not crazy about being in the rain with equipment which may or may not like it. I think our main camera here is rain resistant. And we're looking at that Qatar flight here. Looks like it's going to come up the central taxiway. But I don't know. I wish there was some kind of a nice, kind of like a press box, you know, where we'd be sheltered, but we'd have a nice big window to look out and point our camera out. Get right on that DFW Airport, a press box for plane spotters. Until then, SAMU will have to do. Well, here comes a 757 from Houston Intercontinental Airport. It is a flight 775 of the UPS variety. We like 757s around here, so let's take a look at this landing here on Runway DFW. That's a real oldie. Singers?
1988.
Going back to the 80s.
Hey, American 2013, good night.
Woohoo! Now we're looking for the Qatar flight. And there it is. Taking another one of those turns. Here comes a Frontier flight from Denver. And we probably didn't see it, but Buck the pronghorn was featured on the livery. Buck the pronghorn. And I'm scouring the runway to try to find that Qatar flight again. I have to tell you, it's very dark. Can you see it? That's not it, is it? It took off on us. Must have really, I was expecting it to come all the way up here for takeoff. It took off from halfway down the runway. And I'm afraid I missed the takeoff. Maybe it's flying light tonight all the way back to the Middle East. I don't know. Well, I'm sorry. Guess we'll have to settle for this 1980s vintage 757. Tyler Morrow says, Walt, I'm curious as to how you so quickly figure out the aircraft's age. Well, it's really not much of a mystery. It's all down to our friends at Flight Radar 24. Who figure out all that stuff for us in advance. All we got to do is press a button or two on the Flight Radar 24 app, and it's all there for you to see. So I do highly recommend Flight Radar 24 for anybody who's doing plane spotting. And, you know, they're not a sponsor. Well, they were. I don't know how well you could hear me. This wind, oh my goodness. Some representatives from Flight Radar 24 were out here at DFW Airport on Saturday when we were here. They came in on the Finnair flight. Oh, and there goes my... Hang on a second. Well, I'll tell you what happened. I was adjusting the windsock on my microphone, and it blew away. So now it's even worse. Unless I turn away from the wind, but then I can't see the airplanes. Thanks. Well, I'll try to keep my mic turned down as much as I can. In about 60 seconds, we'll be able to see UPS Flight 893 from Phoenix come in. That's another 757. So if you like 757s, this is the place to be on. Runway DFW. Cheese in Wisco says, Walt, are you using the Flight Radar 24 beta version? Yes, I've been trying that out at home. I don't think that's... I don't know if there's a beta app. I know the browser-based version has a beta version. And I like that because you can include on the little tags that on the little tags of each plane, you can include the estimated arrival time, which is not something you can currently do on the stable version. I like that a lot. So anyway, the next UPS plane coming in is going to be from Phoenix. That's a 752. And following that will be another 757. And that'll be from San Bernardino, California. So plenty of stuff here at 11:11 on a Wednesday night, a windy Wednesday night. I don't think we saw this one come in. This was Flight 1383 arriving from Memphis. Just gonna pull right in there, isn't it? So next we'll have for you the Phoenix arrival of a 757 on Runway DFW. A relative spring chicken. Right, in quick succession, we now have another 757, this one from San Bernardino, as we said before.
Right on with you, Kilo. Charlie should ramp through GPS 93.
1997.
Our singers have better wind filters than I do. UPS will be bringing to my house a box filled with stickers and goodie bags from Kevin of Airline Videos Live. He's shipping it in advance to me, and so all of you who want to come out and meet Kevin and Rudy next week when they're here at DFW Airport, if you're nice, and if there's any left, Kevin will have some goodies for you. Now, somebody was asking about our schedule next, or our schedule. Next week is going to be a little different because I'm off from work next week. So I'll be out here Monday to cover the arrival of Kevin and Rudy's plane. And then I'll be out here on Tuesday and Thursday when they're out here. But I'll go on before them. So I'll have plenty of action for you, and then I'll clear the decks and they'll fire things up. And so it is going to be a DFW centric week on YouTube, and I hope you all can pop in and join us here at Runway DFW and also at Airline Videos Live. I did have a windscreen on my microphone, but it blew away in the wind. Go figure. Oliver Hines is our newest subscriber. I'm trying to keep the microphone covered up now with my hoodie. I just moved our camera 3 back a little further so you can get in all of its full glory our SAMU, our sprinkler avoidance mobile unit. Try to catch JetBlue flight 809 coming in from JFK. It's an Airbus A320 on runway DFW. It's coming in on the east side, so we'll just see it kind of glide in, and we'll get to some buildings, and then we won't see it anymore. Here it comes. Well, that was not very exciting. We have another 757 coming in. This one from Minneapolis, St. Paul, another UPS 757. It's a couple minutes out. And that's looks like the only activity we have currently. Okay, we got Iberia flight 148 off to Madrid. It's an Airbus A330. See if we can pick that up as it heads up here. Hang on. Dan says, good evening from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Bagosh. that was Iberia off to Madrid, and another UPS 757 coming in, that one from Minneapolis, St. Paul. Is this one our oldest yet? Gotta go back in the archives for this one. Singers.
1987.
I think a lot of UPS's MDs are newer than this plane, but this one's got 2 engines, so it doesn't burn as much fuel. And as we discussed earlier, UPS and FedEx say, or will be saying sayonara to their fleets of, the remaining fleets of MDs. You know, over the next few months, years. It was bound to happen.
RNAV Larry, clear for takeoff, 185.
Here's United Flight 2005, an Airbus A319 going to San Francisco, the city adjacent to the bay, and coming in at the same time is going to be Spirit Airlines. If I was anywhere near my car, I'd run back and try to get a different microphone. Because for those of you just joining us, the windscreen, which hadn't been doing a very good job to begin with, as I was adjusting it, it blew off, and I wasn't able to retrieve it because it's windy. So, audio not the best tonight, I'm afraid. This is the 757 that came in from Minneapolis a few minutes ago. I see another UPS 757 about to circle around from Miami. I don't know if they'll see it on this side or not. I mean, we will eventually, but I don't know if it's going to land on this side. And I'm seeing if there's anything else that is looking interesting to us. I've got another UPS A300, this one coming in from Atlanta. It is still about 10 minutes out. And another A300 UPS, which is making its way from Chicago O'Hare, and that is due in at about 11:53. So about 15 minutes from now. That may be our last plane of the night. Short of anything else that looks interesting. I do appreciate your patience. I'd like to thank Steve R. for a $5 super chat. Thanks for the show and all you do. Much appreciated, Steve. Sounds like it's raining now. I've tried to cover the microphone up with a napkin. It cuts the noise a little bit, but the napkin also makes noise. I don't have a sock handy other than the ones on my feet, as was suggested by, I think, M.R. Rice. So I'll just try to keep talking to a minimum. What do you say? We've got the UPS flight from Miami, flight 1343, another 757 up next for you on Runway DFW. It's coming. A little further away than I thought. That is one slow A300, or 757, sorry.
1996.
Just looking forward to right with you, Kilo Charlie, DFW, thank you.
Got another arrival coming in. It's Alaska Airlines 7372 737-900, which departed from Seattle. Check in on that next on Runway DFW. Well, I have to say I blew that one. Sorry about that, folks. Next to arrive is going to be American Flight 522. Boy, it's an odd night when we hardly see any American Airlines planes, isn't it? But this will be Flight 522 coming in from Charlotte on an Airbus A321, and right behind that will be UPS Flight 1301 from Atlanta. That'll be an A300. Just thought you'd like to see our other camera there. It's perched on top of my car, which is around the horseshoe here at Founders Plaza. It's pretty far away from us. But it's sending its signal back by Wi-Fi. So now let me get refocused for the plane that's coming in. Still kind of out there. on our agenda is American Flight 1950. It took off in Miami. Just about 2 hours and 40 minutes ago. It's coming on here to DFW Airport on Runway DFW. It's going to be a 737-800. So I think we've got 2 flights to close things out here. They're both UPS flights. The first one in will be Flight 603 from Chicago O'Hare, an A300. And following that will be a 767 Flight 929 from Ontario, California. And I think those will be our final flights here on Runway DFW. So stand by for those. Before I forget, I want to thank all of you for hanging out with us here on Runway DFW on this Wednesday night. Yes, I apologize for the microphone. It sounds awful with a napkin over it. It cuts the wind a little bit. Here comes the next flight. Turn our camera around for one final time and get this 767 coming in from Ontario, California. the arrival of that 10-year-old 767. I think that's going to do it for us tonight on Runway DFW. Let's get our music going here. Well, it's been my pleasure bringing you Runway DFW After Dark on this Wednesday. We'll try it again soon. We should be with you this weekend, Saturday or Sunday. And then again next week, Kevin and Rudy are coming in. We'll be here Monday to get their arrival. And we'll be here during the week for some pre-show activities on Runway DFW before handing it over to Airline Videos Live. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for those who liked, subscribed, and contributed to Runway DFW. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks to our mods as well. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.